everyone, this is Michelle and Gardner with the Family Timeout Podcast. We'll be discussing sports, pop culture, and parenting because kids aren't the only ones that need a timeout.
You didn't say anything.
Nope.
Good.
I like to keep you on your toes.
Good, we don't lose all those listeners in the first 10 seconds.
No, they love it.
No, they hate it.
All right, let's start with our timeout takeaways from week 4 of football. Gardner, you want to start us off?
The Ravens are ass.
We should just end it there, honestly.
Yeah, I'm going on to the next game. There's really no reason. Because,
Just quick note about the Ravens game. They're failing the Baltimore fans. What else is there to say?
Ass.
I'm speechless, honestly. I don't really know what else to say.
I'm wearing this in mourning because
What is this for the listener?
It is a Baltimore Orioles shirt that we're used to losing as an Orioles fan. So apparently that's now going to be the Ravens because everyone on the team is injured. The only way the Steelers or Browns have a chance to win this division is if both the Bengals and Ravens die of injuries, and that looks like that's what's going to happen. Now, it is early. The Ravens' schedule is pretty easy going into the last half at least, and they could still win if Lamar comes back healthy, but that's hanging my hat on something that really just doesn't seem possible right now because they're spiking helmets.
Lamar fits.
People want to say that Lamar quit. I don't think he quit. I know it looked like it, but I also think he just hurt his hamstring because I was saying he was running funky earlier in the game. He had that run down the left where it looked like he was just as fast as Cooper Rush. By the way, why is Cooper Rush on the Ravens? I don't even understand. Why is he the backup? I didn't like Snoop as the backup, but at least he ran the same style of football that Lamar does.
Mm-hmm.
You have to change your offense. You have to have Lamar out for 2 to 3 games to be able to get Cooper Rush offense installed. So it's
I don't think Lamar quit. I think he did hurt himself. I think if the game was close, I think he'd still play. But at that point, why continue to let Lamar play the rest of that game, which we were going to lose? If anything, it could have gone worse. Yeah. Why risk him for the rest of that game? What we're going to lose anyway. Yeah. Why don't you yes, he's hurt. Yes, he might have been able to play, like if he really had to. I'm sure he personally would have wanted to if that was the case.
Yeah.
It wasn't the case. Sit his butt down. Harbaugh should stay. Team Harbaugh for life. We got to fire everyone else in the organization before we get to Harbaugh. He's like our father. He's Baltimore's father. You want to fire your father?
Yeah, he might get fired.
No, we're not talking about it on this podcast.
Yeah, he might get there. Everyone's talking about it.
No, we're not getting.
I've been one of the biggest Harbaugh defenders there have been. I actually love Harbaugh. He's a easily Hall of Fame coach. It's not even a question that he's a Hall of Fame coach.
So it'd be silly to lose him.
But all Hall of Fame coaches get fired. But maybe the message isn't getting through anymore. You have a lot of people quitting.
Then they need to change how they're receiving messages.
Yeah, I think it's easier to change one guy than 53.
But so so we get rid of the nice father that has great inspirational quotes and is trying to pump you up through motivation. What's going to work? Do you want those coaches the coach that we watch on Hard Knocks I forget what team it was that came in and said F every 3 words. He was screaming at them, yelling the F word, cussing at them. You think that's going to motivate our players? You think Marlon Humphrey's going to look at that guy and be like, yeah, I respect this guy?
Well, I think there's a middle ground there between the two. I think maybe you just got to find a coach that has a message that connects. Now, here's the thing. I don't want Harbaugh going. I think you have to get rid of Orr first because whatever coach you bring in is going to say, I don't want Orr here. I need a guy who can't stop anyone. And he picked it up. He improved last season, second half of last season. But how did you get bad again? You should be getting better.
Yeah.
So you can't beat anyone with how they're playing right now. Long-time Ravens fans, and I know that when we're talking with some friends about this, one of them said this too, but this is what it looked and felt like when Billick had to go. Is an undisciplined type thing. We're losing games. It's all in your head. This is what it looks like. No, Billick won the first Super Bowl here. He was like a hero coach. Fans loved him. Players loved him. But then it had to end because the message just wasn't getting through anymore. So it does look and sound and feel the same as that.
No, I disagree. I disagree. 100%. You're wrong, and Harbaugh and I are going to show you how wrong you are.
I'd love that. Thank you.
All right.
Please do that.
Next, Packers Cowboys.
Why does it say fine here?
I don't know why it says fine. I clearly was grumpy and I wrote that because you were actually, no, you don't really make me watch football. I'm the one that makes us watch football.
Yeah.
Because we had watched a show that ended at 10:30, I think.
Yeah.
And I flipped it on to the Cowboys-Packers game. And then I was like, well, there's 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And I'm invested in the goss with Micah Parsons. Wow. Talk about like wanting to beat your old team. Oh, I was rooting for the guy.
So many emotions, and then we're staying up late watching these two teams don't take it, and then tie.
Yeah, there's a tie.
Ends a tie.
And then we had to watch the tie. We go up to bed. We're watching the stupid game, and it ends in a tie. And it's like 12:15, and we have work the next day. I regretted it so much, but it was cool. I will say it was cool watching that game live.
Yeah, it was cool to see it, I think.
Because they just were, it's so nice when your team is so bad to watch a good game, because we have not had a good game, 2 games? Yeah. Even then we were blowing them out, so it wasn't like a very dramatic game, but it was just interesting to watch, like, one team would score, the other team would score. It just kept going back and forth. They tied it. They both went back and forth again. And I wish the Ravens could do that. Are you kidding?
I love that they finally changed it. The rules that everybody has been asking for forever is to let both teams have a chance.
But what's the deal with the tie? Are you kidding?
I don't understand why they then don't just shift to a college type thing where you have a shootout and let your offense play against the defense and try and score for 20 yards. If they scored, then the team had it. It's kind of like a shootout.
That sounds so fun.
Yeah, and so how exciting that would be just to go back and forth. Yeah. It's just whoever scores and then stops them. Like, it could go on for a while, but...
Oh, that's fun.
I know. I'd rather see that than 2 more games added onto the season or preseason games.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd rather see that than those kind of rules. So now Steelers,
my note here is too early to watch, so who cares?
Yeah,
too early.
I did watch that.
You did?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it.
What's the deal with these international games? I know they want this to be the thing. I'm confused. I don't really know anything about it, but are they trying to make teams in international places, or are we just going to be playing there?
I think that's probably the long-term goal, but like it's all money. They just want to get access to other markets. But it's unsustainable in that, like, for actual teams, like, who gets screwed over is...
Yeah.
Some
team has a double international game. I just heard that. I forget what team it was.
Okay, it's probably someone on the West Coast or something. But, like, those West Coast teams, like, they have to travel crazy distances just to get to Europe. And
here's the question. Because would you go watch the Ravens play in London? Because we had a London game last year. Would you ever do that?
Yeah, sure. It'd be like
That would be... I don't know.
I don't really want it to knock out. I mean,
your whole, it can't be your whole trip. That'd be
but it would be cool to say because they don't do it often.
Yeah. So I didn't watch this game. What are your notes?
I just saw Aaron Rodgers was complaining about when they got there because he wanted to be able to enjoy the city more.
Are you joking?
I think it was something like that. I stopped listening because I just can't listen to him talk.
That's not helpful for a podcast.
He's such a...
I saw that they asked some player on that team if he was going to go enjoy the sights, and he said, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And then Aaron Rodgers is like...
His complaint. Because he thinks we should fly him down there, let him enjoy his little vacation and everything for him.
Funny. That's funny.
He doesn't have enough money to stay an extra day.
Dolphins versus question mark. I couldn't remember who that team was.
Dolphins.
Yesterday. Was it the Lions?
It was... We could have discussed this before.
No, we're going to keep this in. Okay. We do research, but then we don't at the same time. But it's funny to us, so... Who did the
searched Dolphins versus, and then it said the Dolphins, or the difference between dolphins and porpoises.
Oh, I feel like we've learned that in school.
Do you want to change the topic to
No.
That? Okay. Speak for yourself.
Tyreek has quite the injury. Not only did he dislocate his whole knee, which, man, that does not sound nice. He tore his ACL. Yeah. So he's out. Do you think this will end his career, basically?
Nah, it won't end his career, I don't think. Usually they can come back from that, but who's gonna... I don't know. I think right now his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, came out and said that it won't require a second surgery. I think that's an agent's job, though, to say that, because basically he's trying to say, hey, once he gets the surgery and he's back next year, because clearly he's not going to come back to the Dolphins because he hates them and he's just been a jerk on the sidelines. That they're just trying to be like, hey, everybody out there, please sign him. They're playing the Jets, by the way.
The who?
Jets.
Oh,
Jets.
that's boring. I'm sad because he's on my fantasy team. So that's unfortunate. I just feel bad for people that get injuries like that. Like Mandabike, I feel so bad for him.
Yeah, he's out for the season.
Maybe forever.
They might think it's a career ender. Defensive lineman.
Well,
neck injuries.
I saw Harbaugh said that he wasn't gonna talk about it, and it was Beak's job to fill us in. Yeah. And I didn't like that. Does that mean that it's over?
Yeah, I just don't. I think once it gets into like medical stuff like that, then
he can't literally.
I don't think you can say too much outside of that.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, the Bears, they just released the pictures of their new stadium that they're going to be building.
Does it look nice?
I actually have the pictures up here.
I'd like to see them, please.
If you could do that. That's why I brought them up.
Oh, thank you. Speaking of stadiums, real quick, I just want to throw in the Chiefs Stadium.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah, it's just a crescent.
It's just like it's like a giant like skate park ramp, basically.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
There's nothing interesting.
It looks old.
It looks super old. I can't believe they haven't. Maybe they have announced that they're upgrading it, but it looks so outdated.
Especially with all these like fun new age ones coming out, you'd think they'd do something.
Yeah, and Taylor Swift. Hello.
Yeah, she should buy them a new one.
She could. She could. Okay, let me see these.
This is the outside.
That's boring.
That's what.
Whoa, it's like a temple. What is all the white stuff?
I think that's just potential vendors and stuff. Maybe might be parking. I don't know.
Okay, no, the Bears do not need that much parking.
No, that's a good point. But look, it's just, I don't know. I hate it. It
looks like a Roomba.
Yeah. Yeah, it does look like a Roomba. Is it sponsored by Roomba? That would be
let me see the inside, though. I don't really care about the outside that much. Although the Falcons have a really
That would be funny if it was sponsored by Roomba and it was shaped like a Roomba.
Because it looks like it's going down like the carpet to go. That's what the white pieces are.
That'd be you know that I showed you those AI renderings of what stadiums look like?
Yeah.
If it was like what the sponsor was. So the M&T Bank, it just looks like a giant bank.
That'd be cool, though.
No, that's the most boring place on earth.
No, but like those old-timey banks, like those really cool, like fancy looking banks.
No, I wanted to just have
like
ATMs.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. It looks like a normal stadium to me. The inside of it looks like just like a normal.
The glass thing is cool, but the Cowboys have that.
Yes, I see what you mean.
It's just you'd think there'd be at least one creative architect in Chicago, but not one that I've ever heard of.
Never. Oh, I see a note here about a coach fight. I did hear about this, but very briefly.
So earlier in the week, I don't think you know this.
No, I don't know anything.
The defensive coordinator, the former Jets head coach, he said in a press conference when they were asking about the Jaguars, he said that they have a really good system over there. They have a really good sign stealing thing they do. I give them credit, but he said it's legal. There's nothing illegal about it. That got to the other coach's ear, really pissed him off. And then they had it out after the game. And he was...
Like, they weren't face-to-face?
No. So he said that at the press conference, then at the game, they were there face-to-face. And you could tell, like, some players weren't taking it seriously.
Were they across the field, or were they up in...
No, they were, like, within 5 feet of each other.
Oh, okay.
And some of the players were smiling, holding them back from each other, because it was a silly thing. And I think that... So then what came out today was the press conference with the D coordinator, Jets' former head coach. He said... I literally was just trying to compliment them, but it was a poor choice of words.
I saw that.
Because when he did say, you can't say sign stealing and be like, hey, I'm complimenting you.
So what do you think the truth is?
It's a weird thing to bring up. I think it was probably something in coach minds they really respect. Okay. Probably coaches know it, but it's also, there's like a difference between what you see and respect and then say in the public. What's a reporter going to do? Journalists are just going to jump all over. They're going to jump all over anything. So another thing I know that was in sports news that you had seen some headlines about that you wanted to talk about was the Ryder Cup and what was going on. I'm so
confused about what's happening. Yeah. I don't understand why we're yelling at golf players.
You're not really supposed to.
I thought golf is so prestigious and so fancy and there's an etiquette.
There is.
And what's going on?
Yeah, all that's right.
What's happening then?
A bunch of drunk, older, probably pretty rich. Unanimously, probably all white.
Okay.
They are all there and really rowdy and chanting USA and a lot of ignorant things. Like, they always chant USA in between and stuff, but this got really out of hand. They were really aggressive.
But what is it about this guy that's making this angry?
He's just the best. He's one of the best players.
So it really has nothing to do with him? He just happened to be the target.
I'll say there was an undertone of politics in this.
Okay.
They were rowdy and screaming at players, and then it didn't help too. I think they had a comedian there that was like leading this too, and they were saying really ignorant things in his backswing, Rory McIlroy. So
I saw some clips of that. I was just confused. Why are we picking on this guy? And they're throwing stuff at his wife?
It was really the most un-American. If you're going to say what's American, this was the most un-American. It was disgusting to look at. And I get really annoyed with all the rules in golf. I don't respect them when I play. I'll mess with my friends and all that kind of stuff. But this is the Ryder Cup. You're supposed to mess with each other a little bit.
If we did watch a golf tournament once, and we're not gonna. You're always respectful at an actual. And when you guys are just playing with your friends, you're just doing silly stuff.
You can yell stuff after they hit, get in the hole, or whatever, that kind of stuff. But Rory, which I know Rory's good and everything, but it was so funny to see him just flip off the crowd, because these were people that, and it wasn't like he did that day one. This was mainly on Saturday, so the second day of it.
Of course,
and they were just in his backswing, and then they hit his wife with a water bottle or something. I'm gonna take it on the crowd. I loved it. I thought he was.
No, I think that's great.
He was amazing. Him and that team, they beat America again, and
really?
Yeah. So it was one of the few times where I'm like, I'm gonna just root for Rory because we're being a bunch of asses.
Yeah, that's
so it was just.
My question is, why aren't those hecklers getting kicked out? Because I thought you've told me that if you're at a golf tournament and you even have your phone out, you're gonna get kicked out.
Yeah, so I think some did. So the Ryder Cup's a little different too than other tournaments. It's not like the U.S. Open and stuff where it's.
But still, you have an audience heckling your golfer.
No, I know. I'm saying,
okay.
But Ryder Cup is always a little more like rowdy. The players are a little bit more into it because it's like a team thing. It's America versus Europe. It's like the rivalry, and so the players are a little more rowdy. They'll pump up the crowd sometimes too, and that started to be fun. Like that, it was cool to see that with these teams in these past few years. But this one, it was just, it's like they lost the plot. Yeah. They were just being ignorant.
Well, they should have been kicked out though.
I think some did, but it was so many. I mean, it was crazy. So many. It was, from what I saw on TV, it was so many. It just ended up getting way out of hand. And I love what Rory was doing, taking on a whole crowd like that and then backing it up with his gameplay, which is so cool to do.
I love that.
I think that's such a badass thing to have that, a sport where you're not supposed to really have anything in your head and everything. It's just you and your thoughts, and that's the match. Well, for this, he had the whole crowd screaming in his backswing. So
I heard that they were chanting. So apparently, he had an affair. Allegedly, he had an affair. They were chanting the name of whoever allegedly this person was.
Really? Yeah.
He's like, what the hell is going on? Yeah. He's just playing golf.
Yeah.
My fantasy team is crushing it. Won again. I've only lost one game this season. I'm loving it. Yeah. It feels good. Yeah. Feeling great. Derrick Henry, not doing anything for me. My other players, doing great. Keep it up. I have a second team I did terrible in, but we will discuss that in a minute because I lost because these rules are ridiculous.
Well, it's a chaos league.
It's a chaos league. So we will explain what that means. But how did your team do, Gardner?
Opposite. So I lost again. I have one win on the season.
So you're kind of like the Ravens.
Yeah. I did crush your mom and then lost to your sister.
Oh my God. That's funny.
Yeah, I've lost to everyone in your family except you, which won't happen. And then the second league, I crushed our friend John. Absolutely destroyed him. But this is a chaos league, so we wanted to have a league with our friends that's kind of just chaotic more. And not just a bunch of dumb rules, but just having big punishments for mistakes, big payoffs for chance taking. So 60-yard field goals get you 50 points. But if you tried a 60-yard field goal and you missed it, you're going to lose 50 points. So don't be an idiot and try for something you shouldn't be trying for. You don't have the leg, don't do it. And we also, in this league, we have coaches and punters. Coaches, if you get a win, I think it's +10. A loss, it's -10. A tie, -50. Because ties are stupid and they're the worst thing that can happen, and you need to be a better coach. You need to go for the win.
Yeah, I agree.
You need to go for the win. Mm-hmm. And so, unfortunately, nobody had the Packers or the Cowboys.
That would have been so funny.
So then with punters, if you get your punt blocked, that's -50. You can't be getting your punts blocked. You got to get it off quicker. You can't be doing
Look
that.
how you're talking about it like we're in control.
Your field goal kicker, if he gets it blocked, you gotta get it. It's gotta be in the time. You should be practicing. Gotta get it.
Okay.
And other things too. We have the golden snitch rules. Basically, if these happen, you're gonna win. So if you returned a 2-point conversion, so the team tried for a 2-point conversion, you returned it. That's 1,000 points. Same thing with a 1-point conversion and you return it. But if you get a 1-point conversion safety, that's 10,000. So I don't know.
This league is so dumb.
So what's funny is almost all of these happened on Sunday, which I thought was very funny because almost all these rules happened, and I only put them in there because I thought they probably wouldn't happen.
Well, now who knows?
So now I'm really excited to see what happens.
I lost. Brent's team scored 653 points.
Yeah, he had a really good punter, though.
What is the deal with the punter?
Yeah, they're the unsung heroes. It's time for them to be sung from the mountaintops.
So, fellas, if you need someone to recommend you some rules for fantasy next year, let the boy know.
Oh, my favorite rule, and I think it would apply to your game, actually, is if you win by more than 50 points, which I might have to change this now because the scoring is getting a little crazy.
Because he blew me out.
If you win by more than 100 points, they get to rename your team for the week.
Oh, crap. I forgot.
Yes, that'll be fun.
Okay.
So we'll update everyone with what the team name is, if allowed on the airwaves.
If allowed. That's true. All right. You know what time it is, Gardner? It is time for Gardner's Smooch of Approval.
Yeah, I didn't like the idea at first, but now
you're into it.
I'm into it.
You're ready to smooch, aren't you?
I am ready to smooch.
All right, Gardner. Who's your Smooch of Approval this week?
It is. The Smooch of Approval is Rory McIlroy.
Wow.
American hero. Reminding us what it is to be American again. Flipping off all the people that tell you can't.
No, that's very on brand for you. Yeah. I
loved it. He stood up to the crowd. I think that's badass.
You have to name a Ravens player as a backup for Smooch of Approval.
I don't know. The water boy?
All right. That concludes this week's Smooch of Approval.
So I wanted to do a little bit of a segment too, because you are very opinionated about quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. You're very opinionated about a lot of things, but you're very opinionated about players, whether you know
anything at all,
one sentence about them, or you know a lot about them.
Yeah.
So that's something about you I love.
Oh.
So
what do you got for me?
I have Michelle's QB court.
Ooh.
You being a paralegal, I thought it would be fun to call it the QB court.
I like it.
And you're gonna sentence these players to your judgment.
Okay. We might have to work on your tagline.
Okay, so anyway, I'm going to list 3 quarterbacks, and I just want to hear your opinion on them.
Okay.
A former MVP contender, this would have been 2 years ago, probably. Not now, definitely not now.
Okay.
Is Tua Tagovailoa of the Miami Dolphins.
Mm.
He's your type of man, a dark-skinned Russell Wilson type clone.
I like it. He's got cool tats.
That's why you married me.
Just kidding. I like his tats. I think he's a nice guy. His brother played for Maryland, I believe.
Yes.
But he did not.
No.
Okay. Tua is a cool name. Love that. I never really understood the hype about Tua, to be honest. I never really thought he was going to be this amazing quarterback. I really don't even know if he ever was, to be fair. Yeah. I thought he was doing well, but he's very corny.
Yeah.
We watched Hard Knocks with the Dolphins last year, I think.
Yeah. Russell Wilson type person.
Okay.
Everything
I guess that's fair to say.
Very similar.
But the thing with me is Russell's won a Super Bowl, so I have more respect for him. If I was in that room with him, if I was, if he was my QB. Tua, I just don't know. Like, he just doesn't have a strong arm. We watched.
Accurate. You got it. You pretty much nailed down what he.
Because you can't. I just don't think in this era of football you can't win a Super Bowl without a strong arm. Honestly, you've got to be
strong enough arm, right? Like
Josh Allen, Jared Goff.
Yeah, I don't think you have to be able to throw it 70 yards, but I do think you have to be able to throw it like 60 when you need to, and you just can't. You need to be able to throw it far enough. I don't need someone to be able to throw it a mile like Allen can. But yeah. All right, next one. See what you feel about this. Jared Goff.
Oh, fuck. This is a Michelle opinion. Oh, Jared Goff's so good. He's gonna win the Super Bowl this year or next year. Well, I just don't care, okay? The guy doesn't look like he's ever worked out a day in his life. He looks like the most boring person I've ever seen. No offense.
Okay.
No offense, Jared.
I don't think
It's
you're
not
doing this.
it's not everyone's we listen to this podcast. It's not personal. It's just we watched his little Hard Knock segment. No, quarterbacks. We watched quarterbacks and wow, maybe if I didn't see quarterbacks, I'd think a little differently. He's so boring. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I don't have any words. Like, good for you, I guess. If he was my quarterback, cool.
Yep.
Great. And yeah, he's good. He's a good quarterback. But he's so boring to me that I just don't care.
Yep. I have no notes.
And I personally am not afraid of him either when it comes to the Ravens.
Yeah, they beat the Ravens, and if somehow the Ravens were ever good enough to get back to the Super Bowl, I'd play them again. It just was whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have no notes. All that was perfect.
That's it.
He's good, but he's so boring. He's bad.
And it's not even like Kirk Cousins has more Riz than Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Jared Goff has the least amount of Riz I've ever seen maybe in a quarterback.
You never want to have anyone say that Kirk Cousins has more Riz than you.
But Kirk, it does. Come on, you can agree with that.
Kirk has something.
Tell me who you'd rather hang out like for a bro day with, Kirk Cousins or Jared Goff?
Oh my gosh, why am I being punished to have this decision?
What have I done?
I know. If you get a few Roy Rogers and Kirk Cousins, he's gonna loosen up.
He's gonna
have some fun. He's get a little sugar in him.
Yes, you know what I'm saying. So that's my thoughts on Jared Goff.
Yeah. Okay, and the last one is Aaron Rodgers.
Why?
I just want to get this one out early.
I don't like Aaron Rodgers. I've never liked Aaron Rodgers before COVID, post-COVID, Steelers. What confirmed it for me? I could go down the list. COVID opinions, him breaking up with Olivia Munn, fumbled that bag. Goes on the Jets. We watched that Hard Knocks. Horrible. He is horrible. And watching people treat him like he is the king, watching that quarterback room, if he said anything, you're so right. High five, man. God, you're so talented.
Yeah, it was weird.
Disgusting. I don't like him. I just don't like him. And I never liked him as a quarterback. But even before, like, taking out all these points I'm making, very valid points, okay? That point to him being crazy. Based on skill, never liked him. I don't want him as my quarterback in his prime. No, thank you. All right. Court's adjourned. Get the heck out of my courtroom. All right, Gardner, week 5 predictions. We'll do rapid fire. Just give us your thoughts.
We should check and see if I was right last week.
I thought about doing that, and I did not prepare that for this.
Fine.
We'll do it for next time, though.
Yeah.
All right. Thursday night game, prime time. 49ers at Rams.
Rams.
So all Sunday games, Vikings, Browns.
Vikings.
Texans, Ravens. Oh.
Texans.
Which is unfortunate. Although I did watch Stroud's last game and I was not impressed.
Yeah, but he's going up against
Or backup.
grocery store defense.
Okay. Dolphins, Panthers. I'm going to go Dolphins on that one.
Yeah, Dolphins.
Oh, they're both 1-3. Raiders, Colts.
That would be the Colts.
Mm-hmm. Giants.
Dimes.
Okay. Jets, Cowboys.
Cowboys. That's something else I will never say ever on this podcast ever again. Dak impressed me. I watched Dak in those final few minutes.
Maybe a smooch worthy?
No, I'll never.
Okay.
But I watched him. I thought he was doing really good. I thought calls he was making, he was changing. He was doing audibles. He was reading stuff. I don't know what happened. It all started to click for him, and he tied.
Yeah, that was cool to watch. Broncos, Eagles.
Eagles, but I think this one could be one of those upset ones because the Broncos are in a little bit of a roll.
Okay. Titans, Cardinals.
No one's watching that. Cardinals.
Buccaneers, Seahawks.
Buccaneers.
Lions, Bengals.
Yeah, Lions.
Patriots, Bills.
Bills.
Chiefs, Jaguars.
Chiefs. That could be one of those weird games.
All right, now I think it's time for our timeout takeaways from pop culture this past week. Gardner, Selena, and Benny Blanco, They're married. Thoughts? Any well wishes for the bride and groom?
Did they just get married?
Yeah, this past weekend.
Was that something people knew about, or was it like a surprise thing?
No, people knew about it.
I didn't even know about that.
You didn't hear about it at all?
Mm.
So actually, I wanted to say one thing about their wedding I feel bad about. So I feel like everyone has these really amazing, they're going overseas, they're going to Italy, they just have these beautiful weddings. And they got married in California at some estate, but they put up these giant tents, like a giant tent, like multiple of them lined up. So paparazzi, they had helicopters flying over. And I understand that they don't want their whole wedding on display for all these cameras. But so because of that, they had their wedding completely covered by tents, like their whole ceremony, the reception. And I just feel so sad for that. You know, when you get married, you want pictures. You're in California, you want pictures by the water. Like it's so scenic, and they are so famous that they can't even do that.
Yeah.
Because they have so many famous guests. Apparently, they sent out invites, and people knew the date. They knew what hotel to go to, but they never knew the location. They had buses come and pick them up and then take them there.
Oh, wow.
But I guess it's to protect their privacy, their guests' privacy. But I just felt sad. Like, that's their venue. It's just tents. I'm going to rattle off a couple guests that were there. Tell me, out of this list, 2 people you'd want at your table.
Okay.
Ready? Taylor Swift.
No.
Paris Hilton.
No.
Ed Sheeran.
Maybe.
Martin Short.
Yes.
Steve Martin.
Yes.
Paul Rudd.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many can I have?
You can only have 2. You have to pick
Only
2. I
Okay.
did that on
I'll
purpose.
take Martin Short and Paul Rudd.
Steve Martin.
I love Steve Martin, and
But
I'd love to see them together, but I love Paul Rudd. I can't just leave Paul Rudd.
But you could do Martin Short or Steve Martin.
Yeah. Oh, I like Martin Short more than I like Steve Martin.
Oh, she's gonna see this.
Yeah.
This is gonna be on TikTok.
Marty better come to my protection.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd is really funny. We love Paul Rudd.
Yeah. Though I do have an opinion on the wedding, actually.
Oh,
Good for them.
that's a great opinion.
I think Selena, I always want to call her Serena. Selena is a not great actress on Only Murders in the Building.
Yep.
But I'm glad she found somebody. And
Yeah.
Benny Blanco,
Mm-hmm.
I saw Andrew Santino
Yep.
call him ugly
Yep.
and didn't understand how he would have someone like Selena.
Yep.
And I thought that was funny.
And Benny took it pretty well.
Yeah, he did.
He understands the situation he's in,
He
which is
understands
funny.
his face looks like it's been stung by bees.
He's self-aware. We love
He is.
that.
Yeah, so I like that, and I felt that was funny.
Okay.
So that's my opinion.
Okay. Super Bowl halftime show will be Bad Bunny.
Yeah. I don't listen to Bad Bunny.
He's funny on SNL.
Yeah, he is funny. Yeah.
I feel like his music's gonna make your butt wiggle a little bit.
What's that doing?
Yeah, we don't listen to Bad Bunny besides maybe the
But I
hits
know
we
like
hear
the
on
other
radio.
99% of the world does.
And that people are very excited about it, so we're excited about
Yeah,
it.
I know. I'm fine with it.
Show updates. Big Brother is over. Spoiler alert.
In 3, 2, 1.
Ashley won, and we are not happy in this household. Really, it was just whammies of just sadness since Sunday.
Yeah.
And then we spent
Lamar.
3 months watching this show, Big Brother, and the final 2, I thought Vinny was going to win. I really think he deserved it.
Yeah.
But those jury members are bitter.
Yeah.
And they voted someone that literally did nothing until literally the last day.
My favorite thing, for those who don't watch this, is someone that's a lawyer that no one thought was a lawyer. And then when they said she was a lawyer at the end, they still just couldn't believe it because she was so dumb. And then she even said, she's like, midway through the show, I'm playing dumb to really get people to not look over me. Okay, yeah, that I guess you could say that if you're really self-aware. Like, if you're a really self-aware dumb person, then you would say that. And I think that maybe helped.
Yeah.
But just because a dumb person stumbles their way to the finals doesn't mean, wow, they really did it. It's not like a Make-A-Wish thing. We can't be like, hey, we're going to give it to her because she stumbled her way into the end. What about the guy who's been playing, cheating on his girlfriend?
Yeah.
Lying to everybody.
He's unemployed. He's living in his parents' basement.
He's lying to everybody. He's cheating on his girlfriend. He's doing everything. He's ruining his life outside this place. And then
he did it for the game of Big Brother, though.
Yeah, and then this dummy
Yep.
bumbles her way into the final, and then she wins, and now he's left with a ruined life.
Definitely. So for it to end in a way that's not even just, okay, like, that's fine. Like, they weren't my choice, but I understand it. I don't understand the rationale for this person winning. So it's heartbreaking. So it's just been a sad girl summer over here.
Sad girl summer.
Sad girl fall.
I know. We had the Ravens lost, all the injuries. Harbaugh's getting fired.
No, we do not endorse that on this podcast.
No, we don't.
All right. I think it's time for our time. What was that? I think it's time for our timeout takeaways from parenting this past week. We can start with the game. The game was at 4:25, not ideal. If the NFL could just make sure games aren't at 4 o'clock on a Sunday, that'd be preferred. It was fine. Baby was up partying while we were watching the game. Actually, she did really well. We did have to have dinner during the game, so that wasn't ideal.
Yeah. She could tell we were sad, so I think she took it easy on us.
Maybe. And then normally it would not be great because her bedtime is 7:30, 7:45. The game that'd be the very end of the game. But we were doing so bad that we did not care, and there was nothing to hold out for at that point.
That was the first time in years. It may be the first time I ever said I'm not going to watch the last 6. I saw Cooper Rush on 2 drives, and I just knew there was no point in watching it.
Yeah, I recorded the rest of it so that when we put the baby down, we could resume, and he had no interest. I said, oh, I didn't know that. He hasn't watched it.
Yes.
Anyone that knows Gardner since he was in high school, this is quite shocking.
Yeah. I don't need to turn it on to watch a Justice Hill touchdown after Lamar and the entire defense are in hospital beds.
Yeah. But she did great. It was, luckily for that situation, it wasn't a problem for a Sunday 4:30 game. So that went well.
We did find out that a good meal is meatballs. It's a game time meal, and it's good for babies.
She does like a meatball.
Yeah, so that was easy to do.
Yep. So we are thinking about Halloween. And I'm trying to figure out what I want this baby to be for Halloween. Last year, she was a little flamingo. Oh my goodness, she was so cute.
Spooky flamingo.
This year, I don't really know. We still can control what she's going to be for Halloween. She doesn't really have an opinion. So we had some options. Stitch, she loves Stitch. We considered Stitch. I don't think she's going to have that headpiece on, which is like Stitch's face on for very long. She hates anything on her head. So I opted for a cute little bumblebee costume. Yeah. We are going to be bumblebee
catchers.
We were going to be, what are they called?
Beekeepers?
I was going to say bee hunters.
Ooh.
That's cool.
Bee hunters.
We have... So we'll be beekeepers, and she'll be our little bumblebee. And I think that's really cute. So I got her this costume from Target, and we put it on her, and she had a whole meltdown. It was like the worst thing we could do. It's just a shirt.
Yeah.
It's basically just like a dress that has wings in the back, and it has a hood part that goes over her head that has the little antennas. And that's it. It's not that complicated.
No, she hated it.
And she hated it. She was crying. She wouldn't even walk in it. She was just scream crying.
She was frozen in anger.
Yeah, she couldn't believe that we did that to her.
Yeah.
So Operation Bumblebee is in place, which means we are watching Bee Movie in this house.
Yeah, we're eating honey.
We're wearing black and yellow. Okay?
We're not Steelers.
We're giving her some exposure therapy because I really wanted to make this bumblebee work. So we've been talking positively about bumblebees and saying how fun they are, trying to trick her. We started watching a Bee Movie tonight. She's seen her costume since then and has been excited. Oh, bee. But I haven't tried to put her on her again. But we're going to just maybe twice a week, just put her in the costume and make it a fun time. So that on Halloween, we can avoid the meltdown.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening for the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Please keep us in your thoughts.
I know. Yeah.
We did get it on her once after her meltdown. And the way that we convinced her to not scream cry is Gardner gave her a string cheese. So I have a picture of her on the couch eating a string cheese. She's the saddest baby I've ever seen wearing a bee costume. But she's eating the string cheese. So on Halloween night, we're going to have a whole bag of string cheese in our purse.
Yeah.
So that if she starts to cry, whip out a string cheese.
Yep.
So That's what we're working on the next couple weeks.
She's one sad bee.
All right, thank you, All right, we are out of timeouts, guys. Thank you for listening and for all your support. Please follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at the Family Timeout Podcast. We'll be back next week with more sport hot takes, hot goss, and parenting updates. He loves that outro, don't you? All right, guys, we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.